Today, we are filming. I'm on I-79 South. I just went past a couple of Morgantown exits. And I'm filming I-68 from I-79 over to Cumberland, Maryland today. Lots of weird traffic out today, I have to admit. It's Sunday morning, April 12th, and I'm not quite catching what this car in front of me is doing, but that's okay. We'll give them plenty of space. Yeah, this is going to be a very mountainous, beautiful scenery. We're driving over to Cumberland, Maryland this morning. It's 9:01 in the morning. I wish you could see behind me, man. There's a bunch of upset drivers over this person in front of me. But what can you do about them? I mean, it's a free world. They can drive however they want. Oh, check this out. We're going over the Monongalia River. How cool is that? Oh man, that's beautiful. Looks like somebody won the lottery. It's only $45 million. Only. All right. Yep, we're on 79 South. We're getting on Interstate 68 east to Cumberland, Maryland. And I tell you what, everybody's wanting to. There's a semi, man, it's just right up my rear. I mean, he's like literally 10 foot from my. We're going on around. Can't wait any longer. You know, they said the right lane was closed up here, but apparently that was incorrect. It's okay. Exit 1. Man, there's a lot of stuff here off exit 1. I got off this exit one time and I went south about 20 or 30 miles. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a beautiful river down there. It was vast. It looked kind of shallow, and I've been wanting to visit there again. I guess we're technically still in Morgantown. I'm going to try to adjust my camera up just a bit. There we go. Yeah, I see the signs in my screen. I bought a new lens. It's supposed to be a polarized lens. This is the first time I've ever used it. So I've just bought a new van. It's a GMC Savannah. It's just like the Chevy Express. But I'm getting a lot of reflections off of the dash. So I Googled it. They said that this lens would work. I'm running an Insta360 Ace Pro 2 camera. Yeah, I'm still seeing my hood down there a little bit on the bottom. That's okay. the way these action cameras work, their stability, they can look around a little bit even when they're stationary. Exit 4. A lot of restaurants there. Arby's, Long John Silver's. All this stuff. I don't even know what the speed limit is. I think it's 70. I'll promise you one thing, no matter how fast we go, we're going to get past all day. I'm not quite sure how far it is over to Cumberland, Maryland, but I think it's about 70 miles. Semi-truck behind. That guy in that semi-truck must be empty because he's keeping up with me on these hills. Morgantown's a beautiful place. No doubt about that. Crazy how in America people are more than willing to take a chance on speeding. I got mine set on 75. We're going 75. That car there must be doing about 89 mile an hour. They got to be doing 90 at least. I've never had a radar detector. I don't know if they work or not. The first time I ever drove on this road was back in 1998. It was like September of 98. I went to truck driving school. It was in the yard for 2 weeks and then 3 weeks out on the road. I went to truck driving school at RE West Transportation out of Ashland City, Tennessee. When I got in the truck with the trainer, we drove up here. We left Ashland City, Tennessee, went over to Hills Nutrition in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Then we went up I-65. To the Bluegrass Parkway, got on 64. Cumberland, Maryland, 68 miles. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we went to Lexington on the Bluegrass Parkway, went around Circle Drive, got on 75 south to 64 east. Then when we got on the other side of Charleston, I'm in Ashland, Kentucky. Sorry about that. We got to Ashland, Kentucky. We took 79 north up to here and got on 68. tell you what, these mountains were rough on that truck. We went up these hills about 25 miles an hour, and then it was all you could do to keep it below the speed limit going down the other side. Oh, that's a beautiful lake that I don't know the name of. It's like we're in a little bit of traffic here with curve. We should get into the mountains pretty soon. Begin left lane, no trucks. They'll still get out here. Yeah, so we was in the truck. I was with the trainer, and they didn't even say nothing to me. We just got out here. It was the first time I ever drove a truck that wasn't, backing up and stuff in the yard and driving around the neighborhood. The school yard was actually in Lebanon, Tennessee. I ran into these Lowe's guys earlier today. They are really yeah, I met them on 79 South right after I left Morgantown, Pennsylvania. And I have no idea. I don't even want to know what they're up to. Cooper's Rock. Oh my gosh, that's a wonderful place to go right there. All right, looks like we're slowing down. There's a big old hill. Oh my gosh, it just keeps going. I know you can't tell from Rock, man. It's a beautiful place. I've been there twice. Isn't that cool? There's 3 people up there driving beside of each other. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm driving down the road in my brand new 2025 GMC Savannah van. It's the exact same thing as a Chevy Express. I got the extended van 3500, and I got the engine I wanted. I wanted the 4.3 V6. I'm not weighting this van down, so I don't need the V8. But I drove it to Toledo. I went to a show, RC Airplane Show in Toledo on Friday, and this thing got right at 20 miles to the gallon on a 450 mile trip. And it is probably a little bit more than that. But I tell you what, I knew what kind of mileage these vans got, before I bought it. I think a lot of people, they'll buy a van like this and then they'll they'll put this heavy floor in there and the paneling or whatever, and they'll end up adding about 1,800 pounds. Well, then it don't handle and stuff like it did, or get the fuel mileage when you bought it. You know, so I'm going to try to keep my weight down to a certain degree. This one actually has tool racks and stuff in it. It has like the man, look at this view. I don't know what you can see down there. And we're pointing into the sun. This might not be too good of a video, but it is beautiful. Oh my Lord. You must be able to see almost to Cumberland, Maryland. Yeah, I'm going to make a video next week of me removing all this stuff, and I'm going to sell it to somebody that uses one of these vans for a plumber or a roofer. Somebody wants all this stuff that's in there, so all these racks. Somebody will buy them all. I'm also getting new wheels and tires tomorrow, so I will have the original wheels and tires for sale. I'm going to sell the rims and the tires separately. They're Bridgestone tires. They cost like almost $200 a piece. I'm going to ask like $125 or $100 a piece, $400. You can have the brand new tires, 16-inch tires that come off here, 10-ply tires. And for $225, you can have the brand new wheels and hubcaps and lug nuts. So you got an older van with rusty wheels, you can buy these tires and wheels and put them on your van, and you have new tires, and these tires are going to have about 1,000 miles on them when I sell them. Wow, we're only 58 miles from Cumberland now. Yeah, this truck up here, he's got his brakes on. Flatbed. They probably got a flat tire or something and some bearings. They don't look very happy. We're going to need the left lane. What a beautiful drive. Well, the reason I'm coming to Cumberland, Maryland today is that I'm organizing a one-day bike ride on the Allegany Passes, the Great Allegany Passes, the Gap Trail. Everybody's invited that wants to ride. We're going to start in Cumberland, Maryland, June 20th, which is a Saturday morning, and we're going to leave at the Mile Zero at 5 a.m. in the morning. And we're going to ride the whole 150 miles in one day. trail, and it ends at the point in Pittsburgh at the fountain. Now, obviously, if you ride this, you're going to need to be picked up. So it's a little over a mile ride from the Pittsburgh Fountain to the Bicycle Heaven Museum. It's the biggest bicycle museum in the world, and they have free parking. And I've talked to Craig, the owner, and they're going to stay open later on that Saturday for bikers to come in. So if you ride this trail, in one day, like I said, you're probably going to have somebody pick you up, or you may be a group of people that'll ride together, and then somebody will pick them up. Well, the pickup point is at the, of course you can have somebody pick you up anywhere you want to, but your driver can go to the museum and to that parking lot. It's easy to find, parking is free, and you don't have to try to park in that crazy traffic downtown. And what I'm really looking for is some world-class gravel riders to come and ride this together and show, people how it's done. Also, I would like for any YouTube creator to come and ride the trail. I'm 58 years old. I'm going to be riding my Surly skid loader bicycle, which is a delivery bicycle for like in town, and it's electric assist. It's a class 1 e-bike, and it has no problem. So I'll have to pedal the whole 150 miles, but I will be assisted by Tri-City. I'm having special stickers made for anyone who completes the journey. Basically, anybody who rides into the Bicycle Heaven parking lot at the end of the day, or even on the afternoon, if you ride into that parking lot on a bicycle, you can have a decal that says that you rode this event. And the decals I have are just amazing. AI made these decals for me, and it shows Cumberland, Maryland. It shows the Big Savage Tunnel. It shows trellises, all kinds of stuff. And then on the right side, it shows Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the yellow bridges, and the point at the fountain. Oh man, the decal is awesome. It'll either be a 4 or 5 inch decal. Probably 4 inch. 4 inches is a big decal. It is construction season. Like when you're a truck driver, and I am a truck driver, I haul crude oil around the Pittsburgh area off of well sites. Oh wow, look at the view right here. I don't know if you can see that over there, but you can see about 4 or 5 miles from here the interstate, and it looks like it's mostly uphill. Yeah, I haul crude oil off of well sites. I go to a well site in the Pittsburgh, Ohio Valley. I'll put on about 190 barrels of crude oil, and then I'll take it down, usually to the river, unload it into a big tank, and then they put it on barges, take it down river to Marathon in Ashland, Kentucky, or either further down. There's refineries on that river all the way to the ocean. A lot of people don't know there's a big refinery right by Evansville, Indiana. It's in Mount Vernon, Indiana. About 15 miles away from Evansville. And it's right by the river, so I'm sure most of these places, like Marathon, they can ship product, crude oil, gasoline, many different ways. They can move it by truck. They can move it by train. They can move it by pipeline. They can move it by barge. 4 different ways. So if they need to get a product somewhere, they can get it done. Like there in Mount Vernon, Indiana, it's right there on the Ohio River. I'm sure that they have crude oil. I know that they have crude oil trucked in. There's a bunch of well sites around there, and then they can bring it in by train. I'm sure there's a pipeline, and they can pump it off barges. Then when they're done processing it, they can pump it onto barges and pump it through the pipeline and put it on the train, on the rail, or have trucks move it. That's pretty cool. Getting back to the bike ride is on June 20th, which is my son's birthday. He was born on June 20th, 2001. This is his 25th birthday. And he went to college, and he is a school teacher. Couldn't be more proud. He's not going to be riding with us, but I'm planning on this being, and I'm going to ride this every year on his birthday to celebrate his birthday, to celebrate how proud I am of him. And plus, I just want to ride that trail in one day. I'm overweight. I weighed like 475 at one time. I got down to about 325 or so. Lost about 150 pounds. I've gained back about 20. Big old 6% hill right here. But I'm going to burn it off this summer. And I'm going to start riding today. I got to do a little bit of riding today. There's a 6-mile section of the Gap Trail that I don't have filmed. Last summer, there was a big mudslide, rock slide, down by Rockwoods, and they closed 6 miles of the trail. And there was a way you could ride around it. It was also about 6 miles. So I did go down there and video. Oh, we're going into Maryland right now. That's beautiful. And then, so I went down and I filmed both directions going around that rock slide. And then I have filmed the Allegany Passage, I have filmed it in both directions, actually. You can go on my YouTube channel, like if you're watching this right now, and you can find it. But my big dream, so I needed this section to where I can edit it in, where you don't have the rock slide. So I am getting ready. I don't have it on there from Pittsburgh to Cumberland, Maryland. So I'm planning on getting ready to edit that video, and then I'm going to edit in this 6 miles I'm filming, so that when you watch the video, you won't have to take the detour anymore. Also, I've just got the ability to load, hopefully, a whole 12-hour video. I've been wanting to load 12-hour videos for a long time. So I bought some equipment that's supposed to have that much memory and have the ability to upload that long. So I'm going to edit my footage and try to put the footage, I think, is about 11 and a half hours for me to when I post it. And I'll have that little section in there. Then also, I'm going to go to Pittsburgh today, and I'm going to ride. I got kind of confused because there's another state trooper. I'm going to ride from Bicycle Heaven down to the Pittsburgh point. So I'm making a video today about this event. So I'm going to go down to the point, and I'm going to show in the video how to ride from the Pittsburgh Fountain, the end of the Great Allegany Passage, over to Bicycle Heaven. And if they're open, we'll hang out and talk with them a little bit about the ride. So that's the only riding I'm doing today, which will be a lot of fun. The film I'm making two main films today. One is I'm going to invite the whole world to come make this ride with me. So I'm going to try to make that video, 15 or 30 minutes long. Then I'm also going to make a video on how, if you are making this ride, you're probably, this is what I'm envisioning, that somebody's going to be driving a truck or a van or something that's going to have a few bikes on it. Then that person's going to leave Cumberland, Maryland when the bikes do. Then they can help them along the way. They're going to kind of be like the bandit in the Smokey and the Bandit. So I'm going to drive the whole Gap Trail, Allegany Pass. I'm going to drive it all the way to Pittsburgh. And I'm going to show everybody how to find Frostburg, the Continental Divide, Myersdale, Rockwood, Confluence, Ohio Powell. Just a lot of the main places. Because that way, that person can be like their sag wagon. There's no way I could do this for people, but I do have my own van. I've already got like my own posse riding with me, so, which I'm very excited about. One of them is he's becoming a very well-known YouTube creator that is coming to ride. And I don't know if he wants me to... He had a big event yesterday down on the Creeper Trail, and it wouldn't be polite of me to mention that he was coming if I haven't got permission from him to mention that, even though he told me he was coming. But I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to him. So if you come, you can probably ride with him. You know, you can ride with us. And yeah, so we got about 4 people right now that's going to ride. That's going to be out of this van. And Charlene, my lady, she is going to be driving the van. So when we take off, she's probably going to drive up to Frostburg and film some people going by, and then she'll probably go like over to the drive over to the Continental Divide, just like the video. It's going to be just like the video I'm going to make today. So if people are wanting to support the riders on this 150-mile ride in one day, they can kind of, you know, they can watch this video. I'm going to show them how to do it, how to support them. And along the way, I've got flyers support that tell them about the ride, and I'm going to try to hand some of them out today to people. I find it very hard. People aren't really receptive to me right now when I try to give them one of my decals and stuff like that, because they don't know who I am, and that's okay. I'm also in the remote control airplanes. I've been to 2 events, and a very popular YouTube guy showed me, and I mean, everybody wanted to talk to him, and he was super nice, amazingly nice, and that's probably why he's so popular, because he's so nice. His name is Peter, but I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's like S. It's Peter's Sheeper. And if he sees this, he's going to be mad at me because I don't know how to. But he's a guy, he built a cardboard airplane and flew in it. He built ultralights, built all kinds of really cool RC stuff. You know, and he also bought a lobster boat, rebuilt that, put an awesome Cummins engine in it. Well, he was there. And one of my friends knew him, and he introduced me to him, and Peter was really nice to me, and I showed him something I have, and he really liked it, and made a really good suggestion on what I should do with it, and I'm going to take him up on it. I got a 4-axle Traxxas 8x8 truck, remote control truck. And he's like, this is really cool because you need to keep going. You need to make it a bunch more axles. And he's right. So I'm in the process of, I'm going to make a truck with 8 axles. That's going to be pretty cool. Yeah, so people were swarming around this guy. He was real nice, you know, people were really courteous. And I try to give people a decal, and people would just tell me they don't want one. That don't hurt my feelings. I think it's interesting. I did go to a Toledo show, like I said, on Friday. And the first guy I walked up to, he was on a mobility scooter, actually. And he doesn't really need it, but as much, he's running that show up there. And he's like, hey, there's Mr. Big Chris. Like, that was the first time anybody really recognized me. They didn't go to, I asked him, like, how do you know me? He's like, oh, I seen you at the Dayton Bottle Ramen show. Oh, okay. He said he watched my video from that, So where are we at now? Exit 14, Oakland Uniontown exit. Yeah, we're probably pretty close to old route, state route, or the USA Highway 40. They built that road like in 1812, and it went from Cumberland, Maryland to Wheeling, West Virginia. And then about 20 or 25 years after that, they continued that road from Wheeling, West Virginia, all the way down to Cincinnati. And one of these days, I am going to film that whole road. Just drive the whole thing and film it. Yeah, you can see 40 West there. That's old state route, US Highway 40. It starts in Cumberland. I'm not sure what mile marker 0 is. It's a beautiful drive. You get out there on that, and there is like a Washington monument every mile with a mile marker on it. So you look on the side of the road, you'll see this. It's like a 4-foot tall monolith monument, just like the George Washington monument. Man, these mountains. Who doesn't like coming to the mountains? One thing that's interesting about this Allegany Passage is that the first 20 miles is slightly uphill. And then after you get to the Continental Divide, after you ride up that, and then it's slightly downhill all the way to Pittsburgh. And believe it or not, there was long sections of that trail I rode, because I rode both directions. And I really could tell that most of that trail, that Allegany Passage, is downhill when you're going to Pittsburgh. Really don't notice it that much coming the other way, but it is uphill. But when you're going towards going towards Pittsburgh, when you get to the Continental Divide, on the other side of that, to Myersdale, from there to Myersdale, you can almost not pedal all the way to Myersdale, I guess. It's pretty downhill to Myersdale. Yeah, so if you're watching this video right now, I appreciate it. We're enjoying this road, 68 East to Cumberland, Maryland. Yeah, when we get there, then I'm going to start mixing this video with other videos. Like I'm going to say, hey, we're on 68 East. This is how you find the starting point of the Allegany Passage. And then I'm going to make a video where to park at. Like you can park here and across the street. And then when I leave, I'm going to show, there's 2 or 3 motels right there. That one's $200 a night. I stayed there before. It's real nice. I can't remember the name of it. But the one I stay at now is about 5 miles from the starting point. It's only like $80 a night. It's an old motel. It's really nice. I'm probably going to rent like 3 rooms out next week for me, my lady, and my friends. I might rent 1 room for anybody that wants to stay in it. That'd be cool to get like 40 people in there. I don't know. I don't know how big or small this is going to be. I looked up on the internet. There's a lot of in Michigan. They have a lake-to-lake ride, which is like 230 miles. Of course, it's on the road. These are road bike riders, and a lot of them are doing that in 8 or 9 hours. Yeah, so I'm welcome to anybody that wants to come out and ride it. You don't have to ride the whole thing, you know. You could just come out and ride 10 miles of it or 60 miles. I got one friend named Jeff. Well, he says his e-bike has about a 60-mile range. Well, I said, well, why don't you come out to the 90-mile marker and, you know, just come there, meet us there, ride the rest of the way in. Ride the rest of it. And he's like, you know what? I think I'm just going to do that. He says, it sounds like a lot of fun. He says, I don't want to ride further than 60 miles anyway. I'm like, heck yeah, just come there. I can't remember the name of that place, but I can find out where it is. Where is the 90-mile marker on the Great Allegany Passage Trail?
The 90-mile marker on the Great Allegany Passage Trail is located near Connellsville, Pennsylvania. It's about 90 miles from the trail's start in Cumberland, Maryland, in the trail's popular middle section near the Eucatee River and Ohio-Piley State Park.
The Eucatee River, yeah. I just can't think of the name, but yeah, Connellsville is the 90-mile marker. So, like, if you watch videos on the Great Allegany Passage, you know, they used to be a railroad. So it's a rails to trails. A lot of people leave Pittsburgh and they'll ride the 60 miles to Connellsville and camp. They have free camping there. It's a really nice camping spot. It's also right by the river and right by a grocery store. So it's pretty cool. We will be there later today. US 20, exit 42. All right, we're just 23 miles from Cumberland, Maryland now. Yeah, so I think Confluence is the halfway mark on the trail, which would be mile marker 75. We'll ask Google. What is the halfway point? What city is that on the Great Allegany Passage Rails to Trail?
Ohio-Willie, Pennsylvania is generally considered the halfway point on the Great Allegany Passage. It's about 77 miles from Cumberland and 73 miles from Pittsburgh, making it a central location with access to restaurants and lodging.
Yep. Ohio-Powell is the halfway point. Confluence is about 10 miles closer towards Cumberland, Maryland. And, you know, I was thinking that was it, but I was wrong. It's okay. I'm wrong a lot. Ohio-Powell is absolutely a wonderful place to get something to eat. I've ate there so many times. That little restaurant right there on the corner, right across from the parking lot or the train station. Actually, there's a train station there that used to be on the part, you know, used to be the Allegany Passage train station. You just look right down the hill from there. That little restaurant right there is delicious. They got pulled pork, great French fries. I I've been seeing these trucks all day. I've passed about 10 or 12 of them, but I don't know what they're hauling. And they're oversized. Yes, I haven't seen that truck all day, but I've been seeing those loads all day, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this camera running all day, and then I got an Ace Pro camera over there. It's not a 2, and I'll use it for all my other parts of the video that don't include this camera. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out in Cumberland, Maryland for a little while. I'm going to walk over to mile marker 0 and stuff like that. Then I'm going to walk over to the bike shop. It might be open by now. I want to give them a flyer to the event, and I really need to go buy some tacks from a dollar store or Dollar Tree or something. We'll stop at one of those. I'm sure there'll be one there by where the motel is at where I'm going to stay. Yeah, I remember the last time I was there, I stayed there, and they had a real nice table. I charged all 4. I have 4 batteries for my bike, and what happened was my last day filming on the Alleghany Passage. If you watch any of those videos, I got it all filmed, and the last thing I needed was from Cumberland, Maryland up to the Big Savage Tunnel. So I rode till dark the night before and basically filmed Ohio Pile down in that area up to the Big Savage Tunnel and back. I rode over 100 miles that day before I stayed in this motel. So I got on my phone, I made a reservation, and I got down there, and it was only like $79 or $80. So I got there, got my batteries out, and started charging them. Even though I didn't need them all for the next day, but never hurt to charge a couple of batteries up. So the next morning I got up and I rode down onto the C&O towpath about a mile, and then I rode into town and rode through by mile 0 at the big medallion, and then I rode all the way up to the Big Savage Tunnel and back. And on the way back, I hardly didn't pedal at all. I made a video at Frostburg. Frostburg has all them switchbacks. And it tells you to push your bike, but I got this e-bike, so I don't have to push. But the gravel was really loose. And coming back down the hill, I mentioned something about, hey, I could ride down this. I'm probably not going to crash. I went around this curve, and my front wheel sunk down, and I almost crashed. Had to put my foot out, had to catch myself. It was hilarious. Yeah, I made a little video from the parking lot down there on the Alleghany Passage. I rode all the switchbacks. We went up the hill and got me something to eat, and then Then I rode back down. And I made that its own little video. It was pretty cool. Now, I remember back in 1998 seeing this sign up here. And if I remember right, this says it's like downhill for 10 or 15 miles or something. It's pretty crazy. We're going to see what it says. Yeah, 6% for 14 miles. My trainer told me, he's like, yeah, that's 6% for 14 miles. He told me, he says, don't get that going too fast. He goes, I know. He says, I'm breaking you in right. Yeah, we got Hill's Pet Nutrition has a place in right off the Pennyroyal Parkway. So we basically brought a bunch of pet food. We took it to Teterboro, New Jersey. I wonder if I put my van in neutral, if I could just glide down that hill. Well, I really wish I was a couple hours earlier, but I am not. So there's nothing I can do about it. All right, we're getting ready to start this 14-mile descent. Now this says it's 13 miles and 6%. Let's see what's going on. See a lot of mountains back there. There's a rest area right there. We stopped there that first time back in '98. Matter of fact, I think, did that sign say you have to, if you're in a big truck, I think you, no, I guess you have to stop there. The guy's still behind me. So. That is so beautiful. All the windmills and that mountain. Oh my goodness. There's a town over there, but I don't know which one it is. Trucks are supposed to go 45 mile an hour. Well, this truck behind me ain't going 45. Wow, look at this. I'm finding this unique because I haven't went down this hill too many times during the daylight that I can remember. Maybe only once. So it's usually dark. I come through here last year to go to Washington, D.C. on this part of the road. And, but we were going to D.C., so it was still dark when we come through here. Yeah, so I've done that last day of filming on the Gap Trail, the Great Allegany Pass. I left Frostburg, went all the way up to the Big Savage Tunnel. On the way back, I stopped at Frostburg 8, then I rode down the hill and got back, and then I drove 2 hours over there on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, the abandoned part of the Pennsylvania Turnpike. So I got over there about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Then I rode that abandoned turnpike from one end to the other, filmed all that. And in the second tunnel, which is 1.6 miles long, I hit a pile of wood and wrecked in a great big mud puddle. It hurt. But there was a guy there, and he helped me get up. The bike was laying on top of me, and I was laying in the mud puddle. And so if you find that entertaining, you can go watch that video. Well, it must not be all downhill because we're going uphill. No trucks over 5 ton in the left lane. Just enjoying this amazing experience driving in these mountains. I'm just gonna let there's a black truck coming down this hill. This Toyota must be doing 110 mile an hour because I'm going 70. Going to slow down. This guy in front of me, this truck in front of me is going almost 72. I think that black Toyota slowed down a little bit. Hagerstown, 76 miles. Cumberland, 8 miles. There's one cut in the mountain down here. I wonder if it's man-made or not. I looked it up on the internet. I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, I bet the bike shop opens at 10 in the morning down here. That'd be nice. There's 2 bike shops in Cumberland, but I don't know where the other one is. I see it on videos a lot. I know they're really nice, and I hate to not go there. I may just try to find it. Yeah, I think we'll just try to find it. I think that would be really the proper thing to do. Pretty sure exit 40 is where my motel is. Oh wow, my ears just pop like a big dog. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I think I see my motel over there, but I can't see the name of it. It says Harbor Freight Tools. Oh, I'm so ignorant. Well, we'll keep looking for it. Oh, there it is, but I don't see the name. Yeah, we'll get the name of it on the way back, though. Yes, we will. You know, like I said, there's all kinds of motel rooms down here where it starts at, but they cost about twice as much. You know, since we got this van and stuff, there's no reason for us to stay there. But it'll be in the video I'm going to make after this one. Yeah, so when I see my exit to get to the beginning of Allegany Passage, I'm gonna act like I'm starting it. Well, I will be starting a new video, but if you're watching this video, I appreciate it and everything. This part of the video is going to kind of end the I-79 to Cumberland, Maryland video. I'll end this video after I get parked. Oh me, it's beautiful. It is so nice that the world's getting green again. Yeah, we are on Interstate 68 East. Right now we are on Interstate 68 East coming into Cumberland, Maryland. And we are going to the beginning of the Gap Trail. And it's also the end of the C&O Trail, which is pretty cool. I'm inviting everybody out for a one-day ride on the Gap Trail. Everybody's invited. Looking for some really good riders, some strong riders. You don't even have to ride the whole event. But we're going to show you right now how to find the trail. This event is on June 20th, 2026. I'm getting a motel room on June 19th, and we are going to eat at the Krabby Pig restaurant the night before. Everybody that's riding the trail to get some motel room, you're invited to the Krabby Pig restaurant. Let's see here now. I'm probably going to get lost. Got off of exit 43B. trail is actually over there. That's cool. We're gonna go straight over here. You'll just get to see more town. What the heck? It's no big deal. I should have put it in my GPS to begin with. So we're just going to pull over this parking lot and we'll pull it up on the old GPS and we're going to drive right to the beginning of the trail. All right. I thought I was arrogant enough that I thought I knew where it was. Okay. There's the Krabby Pig.
Head toward South Wino Street, then turn right onto South Wino Street.
Well, you know what? I didn't do as bad as I thought it did. It's right over there on the side of that brick
At the
building.
stop sign, turn right onto West Industrial Boulevard.
You see that brick building over there?
Then you'll take your first slight left to stay on West Industrial Boulevard.
It's right on the side of that brick building, and this is the motel I always stayed at. So I know a way. I could drive right straight across the street here and get there. Since it's Sunday and there's really nothing coming. Well, here comes another truck. Yeah, if I'd have turned in right where that black truck is, I would have went right to it. And I don't know why I got confused. This little road right here is pretty busy. That's fine. Yeah, I stayed right there at the Fairfield by Marriott Inn and Suites. And it is a very, very nice place. All right. That little car there popped out here. It's all right.
Take a slight left to stay on West Industrial Boulevard.
Right here. These little bumps are bumpy. These little bumps are bumpy. Bumpy wumpy.
Turn right onto Howard Street. Then at the next stop sign, you'll turn left.
Right here is the main parking lot. This is the parking lot, one of the parking lots that you want to use. The bike shop is right over there, and I think we're just going to park in that parking lot. I should have just pulled in there. And we might just drive around down here some more. Yeah, so there's some way to come right off of that. You can come right in here and pull right into this parking lot. This is a parking lot that you would want to use. One of the ones you can use. And there's a bunch of them. Like, you can park in there for free. Like, people leave their vehicles in there for days. We'll drive around the other side here. Maybe we just drive around a bunch down here, and then that way when you come here, you'll know your way around better. We are looking at the beginning of the Gap Trail right here, where it says welcome to the Gap Trail. That's the medallion and everything. That's it right there. I'm surprised at the low amount of people that are down here right now. Yeah. Right there. It says the canal, C&O Canal Towpath, Gap Trail Mile 0. Right underneath that. That's the beginning of the Gap Trail right there. And that's the end of the C&O that comes up from Washington, D.C. Yeah, over there is the free parking. So, there's a bunch of free parking here too, I think. No, you got to pay to park over here. Back up and go through there. We'll hang it around down here. I'll put this all on the internet, even though I took the wrong exit. I should have studied it more, but I was still pretty close. But by watching this video, anybody should learn this place a whole lot better than. So yeah, you paid this. You pay to park. You just they got a code there. You just scan it with your phone, and then you can pay to park. But we're gonna go back over to the free parking. That big parking lot over there. I don't know what's up with it. I've never used it before. The Great Allegany Passage is right there to the left, right there. They said donkey over there. That's where it starts. Then when you take off on the Great Allegany Passage, you go this way. Drive by all these cool murals, and then you go right up the street and just follow directions where those people are walking, and we're going to drive back up there in a little bit. This video is for the people who are serious about learning your way around down here. But like if you're wanting to do this ride with us, you know, when you get to Pittsburgh, you know, you could turn around at the point, come back and get a camping spot, and ride back up here. So there's mile 0 right there for that guy is walking underneath mile 0 right now for the Great Allegany Passage, and he's going towards Pittsburgh. That's also the end of the C&O towpath, which just come up from Washington. I think that's about mile marker 187. But we're going to walk over here to this. I think a lot of people who come down here don't know that there's actually free parking. Yeah, right there it says long-term parking lot. Turn right. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Go around this building. Right there is the long-term parking lot. Yep, the Krabby Pig, that's where we're going to eat at on June 19th. And we're going to park in the long-term parking. Yeah. Like I said, it's just right here on the other side of this building. I don't think there's any charge for long-term parking. I think you just pull up and you start parking. I am pretty sure. And right there is the Krabby Pig. That's where we're going to eat at. Now, there's a bunch of parking over there underneath this I'm assuming this is 68 that's going overhead. I'm not real sure. But there's a bunch of gravel lot over there, and a lot of people park over there also. All you got to do is figure out how to get there, which I do not know how to do, but maybe we'll find it by walking. I'm not real sure, so